remembering just the service of everybody memorialized here at Stonehenge, but in particular today, that of Louis Leidl. And so I'd like to thank the Legion for being here today, and I'm going to ask you to go ahead with your ceremony.
Everybody would join with me and we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order.
Thank you very much for coming. We have some family members here today, and maybe we start with Susan. You want to say a few words about your memories?
Okay, so Louis Leidl would have been my great uncle, and I grew up knowing the story basically because my great grandmother had written out her trip to, as a Gold Star mother, her trip to France to see the gravesite, and that whole story of going across the country and then across the Atlantic Ocean, and then even a trip back into Germany to see family that she hadn't seen since she was a young woman. So, and then we grew up with the story also because Louis's brother Babe was in World War I as well, and at one time they were both in New York, but they didn't know that they were each in New York, and they had a whistle that they used throughout their lives, and one of them saw the other one in the crowd and whistled, and so they were able to get together before Louis was killed when he went back. So,
Are there any other family members?
their family.
I think she said it all. I'm pretty young to know most of this.
Significant first father was named after Louis.
And this is a Lewis.
And you're
Middle name.
so you know the significance of your namesake. I apologize profusely for the dog. So what I'd like to do is, if you wouldn't mind coming and laying down the flowers.
Okay.
Okay. Someone care to lead us in a prayer? Kyle, would you like to lead us in a prayer?
Well, Lord, we want to get together here today to honor our fallen soldiers and our loved ones that gave their lives in World War I. We will not forget them. We will always honor them, and we just want to keep that message on. And again, thank you, Lord. Amen.
And would someone like to mention why the post was named specifically after Louis Leidl?
I have no information.
No? Does anyone in the family? John?
Thank you very much. I'm busy.
I'll take her. Would you like to share with everyone why the post was named after?
It comes from our family.
Oh, good. Very good.
Morning. Morning.
Good morning. Thank you for being here today.
Hey, let me introduce some more family. This is Robert Cosner, his wife and daughter. And Robert's from
Well, Weston,
Weston, but originally from Centerville. So thanks for coming. And the significance of the post is, you know, we had 5 or 6 different Goldendale people who were on the walls, and the most significant was Louis Leidl. And so when he was killed, and his family was well known in the Goldendale area, why the Legion immediately picked his name and named the post, and that was back in 1919 that happened. And so, just like the Evan Childs post is down in White Salmon, and the Louis Leidl post is here in Goldendale. So of the 14 names that are up here, we're going to talk about each one a little bit in our program on 11 November, and a short little description of what they were doing in combat and where they were in France or wherever they were in the world. Because some of them died in France, some of them died in Vancouver of a disease. Most interesting to me is that half of them died in combat, half of them died of a disease. And that was very typical of the numbers for the military in World War I through, in the total United States. It was about 50-50. Because pneumonia was rampant. So anyway, we're delighted to get a large family gathering today. You guys drove a ways, so thanks for coming. And when we have our ceremony, where we're going to lay an individual wreath on each of the 14 pillars, and at the same time, the American Legion is going to do something over at the other memorial that we have for World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and Afghanistan, and we'll have a wreath laid over there. So thank you very much.
So thank you all for being here today. This started because there is a Society for the Honor Guard for the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. And they happen to have a group here. And their mission is to never forget. And so we will continue, not just at the 100th anniversary, which this year, November 11th, 2018, is the 100th anniversary to the end of World War I. But we've been doing this for over a year, and we'll continue to do this every year on the anniversary of the death of these soldiers and the military from Klickitat County. So put it in your calendars and plan on coming back. It's an important thing to remember, and it's what we are able to do. John.
Please. Her family's been there.
Yes, please.
So our oldest daughter, Chantel, was in France in, I believe it was 2014. Yeah, so she was able to go to Louis Leidl's gravesite and actually visit his site, which, to our knowledge, she's the only family member other than his mother had gone to see his gravesite. So that was quite a thing for her.
It's pretty cool because there's a picture of Chantel standing at the cross where I have the picture of my great-grandmother standing there too, so that was pretty neat to see.
And the trees and everything in the background look the same. It's
Yeah.
strange.
Well, it's important as we look around that not only are there family members that still live nearby, but also the number of people who served in the military that as someone who gets to sleep in a warm, safe bed every night, we have to say to each of you, thank you for your service. And when we say we remember, we don't just remember the service of those who have passed, but we also are remembering your service as well. And we'd like to thank each and every one of you that are here. On behalf of everyone, I want to say we're very grateful, and we won't forget.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you all for being here today.